Hey. Hello, 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 my beautiful people. Welcome to Sunshine on Wheels, the talk show, with a new segment called Let's Talk About It. Hello, I'm your host, Shana, and there you see my co-host, DJ Roll Away. How you doing tonight, DJ?
I'm hanging in there, rolling and strolling, Miss Shana, rolling and strolling, just trying to get it through. That's all I can do.
Hello, Dad. No, that's right. So I want to tell you all before we get started with the show, thank you very much for tuning in and make sure you come back and check us out more, more, and more. We need you over here. All right. Now we have two topics for tonight. And the first, well, I'm going to give you all both of the topics, and then you know what we do. We're going to dissect, digest,
We're gonna cut into it
give
a
it
little
back to
bit.
you again. Yeah, we're going to slice and dice.
Right.
That's nice. All right. You like that? I'm rhyming a little bit.
Put a
I
little put a
think I'm
little
a rapper,
shaved
DJ.
ice on there. Okay, all right.
Right, right. I got you. I got you. All right. So the topics tonight we got you get out of life what you put in. Don't and the second topic is don't take advice from someone you wouldn't trade places with. Now, DJ, you came up with the first one. You get out of life what you put in. Roll away with it. Talk about it.
Well, I'm not gonna roll too far so y'all can still see me. We gotta keep our beautiful faces on camera. But basically, I came up with that one because I think people tend to. Some people want an easy life. They want it easy. And I don't want to say like handed to them, but you know, you, I say this: you're dealt a hand in life. Okay, now you're not gonna have five aces. You may have two kings and two queens, and a five. You may have a two, a three, a four, and three threes. But what I'm trying to say is, even if you don't have a full house, it doesn't mean you can't play the game. You've got to come to the table with what you've got, whether you have a disability, because everybody has some sort of problem that they're dealing with. And it may not be noticeable. It may not be an outside thing. It may not be, something, you can see that I'm in a chair because I'm sitting in one. But I think the problem is that people look at their disability or their issue and make it the mainstream of their life and say, well, I'm just going to coast and let life happen to me. Life doesn't happen to you; it happens for you. And that was by actually Jim Carrey said that in his commencement speech when he was bringing in his cum laude class that he graduated from, and when he was talking to the people that were there, it was an amazing thing because I think a lot of people take life for granted in the fact that it's going to be the silver platter. I'm going to just take what life gives me and that's it. If you don't put any effort in, if you don't give enough life to yourself, to go through and work at it, to put the effort in, you're not going to get much out of it, and you're going to find out real quick that you can throw it and fold it, and that's going to be it, and complain about it, but your hand's not going to change unless you do something with it.
You know what? You're absolutely right, DJ. And you know what I think? I think society plays a part in it too. Because a lot of people, especially when it comes down to social media, you have a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people that are looking at content creators. They're looking at these people and saying, wow, I want to be like them. Wow, I want to do this. Wow, I want to do that. But little do they know that these people had to go through something in order to get to where they're at now, and what you're looking at now, they had to go through something to get there. And if you're not willing to do the work, and if you're not willing to put in that time, if you're not willing to do the hustle and the bustle, you're going to
Hmm.
be in trouble, because if you want something out of life, you're going to have to work for it. It's not going to be handed to you. It's not a microwave cook process where you put me in the microwave for 5 seconds and I'm done
Exactly.
and we can keep
Exactly.
going. No, it's not that. You got to put me in that slow cooker. Let me marinate. Let me cook for 8 hours, if you get what I'm saying.
I do, and just to kind of touch on that a little bit, life is a process. People get in the habit of getting comfortable. You have to be careful with comfort because comfort can cause complacency. And you've got to be real careful with get up, go to work, come home, take care of the kids, go to bed, no time for yourself, no time to read, no time to pray, no time to. You've got to mix it up a little bit. These content creators, kind of like you were talking about, be careful with this phrase. I want to be like this person. Okay. Each person is individualized and each person is their own mold. Um, I'll say this as far as going through life itself. If you say I want to be like this person, or I wish I was like him or her, or I could be like uh, this person over here and do what he or she does, hold value in yourself. Hold value in who you are, what you do, and what you bring to the table. Because if you let yourself come out of your shell, and that's one of the big problems with people that have disabilities, because they don't do one thing well or they struggle in certain areas, they get, I'm going to stay back here away from the limelight. I'm not good enough. I got to be like, somebody else before I can. You don't need somebody else to tell you you're great to show your greatness. And the
Absolutely.
other
I
thing
agree
is,
with you there
yep.
100%.
The other thing is, in order to achieve greatness, you've got to get to great first, but that takes time, and it may not happen overnight, but that's okay. Life is a process that can be the blink of an eye, or it can be an eternity. But however long we've got on this earth, we've got to take each day as a new opportunity to learn something, give something back, and leave the world a little bit better than we found it when we were here. Does that make sense? You know.
Hmm. You know what? It does make sense. And DJ, with a lot of us, we have to realize that God has created everyone differently. Not everyone
Exactly.
is the same. So don't try to go over there and look like this person and act like that person, because God didn't create you to be that way. If He would have created you to
Very
be
true.
that way, then you would be that way. But He didn't. Everyone is different. Everyone is unique. Everyone is special, whether you're an able-bodied person, whether you live with a disability. You are special in your own way, and be okay with who you are and do what you can do in your life to make it best for you. I heard someone saying, like my son and daughter, they're off doing their own thing now, and I'm so proud of them, and I thank God for them. But I heard someone say, I want to say maybe it was my father. He said that I wish I would have done life differently. I wish I would have followed the steps like my grandchildren are. I wish I would have decided to go the right path instead of following behind other folks, instead of following
Wow.
behind the in crowd, instead of following behind people that didn't mean me no good. And he said
Right.
that, looking at it, I'm almost 60 years old and I wish I would have done life differently. And you know what stuck out to me the most that he said? He wished he would have listened to my grandmother, because the only things she was trying to do was create, or not create, was to teach him how to be a good person and to have a good life. And all the while, he thought that she was just being mean, just talking and talking and pounding him with, you better do right, have
I
respect for
understand.
others, finish school, go to
Right.
college, be wise with your money. And he thought all the while that was all negative. But now he look at it today as it, I wish I would have listened. Now I know it's a lot of us out there in life wish we would have listened to what the elders had to say. Wish we would have done life differently. But I had to let him know it's not over with. You're still here on this earth. And like you said, DJ, every day that you wake up, you have another opportunity to get it right. And we may not get it right all the time, but you woke up. So do something that day. You can't get it all done in one day, but at least try to do one thing right.
I love the way you said that because there's a couple things I'm gonna pick two that you said out of there, but I want to spice it up a little bit. I'm gonna put some cayenne pepper on it if I can, just to get the crock pot ready. If you know what I'm saying, a lot of people they will say if they have a disability or something wrong, I can't do this because my disability doesn't allow me to. Okay, let me stop you right there. You can do anything you want to do as long as you set your mind to. You may have to do it a little bit differently because of the way that you function. But one thing you have to be careful of is what people tell you because you have people that want to hurt you, people that want to hinder you, and you have people that want to help you. You have some people out there that are just there to take everything that you have. You have some people out there that are just there to watch you fail and then laugh in your face. And if you follow those type of people, well, you should have done this. You should have gone this way. You should have done this. You're going to spend your rest of your life trying to live up to their expectations. Now, the second thing I want to take out of that is talking about criticism and learning how to take it. Criticism is tough for some people because they don't understand when somebody is trying to help them. They think somebody is trying to hurt them because they say, save your money, you know, don't buy the car right now. You have other things that you have to worry about first. Some of that you have to look at with family because somebody that's been through it, somebody that has been through what you're going through, may know some of the steps to get there. It's not your path, but it is, they can give you guidance in ways to help and not hinder you. So, one of the things we were talking about last week is learning to budget, learning to save your money, learning to accept yourself, learning to love yourself first before you can love anybody else. There are steps that you have to take. We're all going to make mistakes. Be okay with making a mistake, but don't stay there. Learn from it and move on. Don't beat yourself up and punch yourself in the face because, oh, I've done it wrong. Oh, now I'm not going to be any good. Woe is me. I might not do nothing else because I can't do it. And you're going to get in that mode of, oh my gosh, over and over, woe is me. And you're going to get in that mode, and you're going to, before you know it, you're in antidepressants and depressed and talking to psychotherapists and trying to, ain't nothing wrong with that, but you don't want to get in the mode of downing yourself when you haven't done anything wrong. Shana, we got a couple of comments here. You wanna say hello to our folks coming in?
Absolutely. Let's show them. Absolutely.
Hey
All
Nicole, how
right.
are you?
There we go. We have Nicole who says hello. Hello, Nicole. Really me? She says hello to the both of you. And we have Thomas P. Pence. Hi, guys. Hi, Thomas. And we have Really Me, and everyone else as well.
Now,
She's
for
saying hello
those,
to everyone. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. All
yep,
right.
for those of you just coming into the show right now on Let's Talk About It, we're actually talking about two topics today. We're talking about you get out of life what you put into it, and don't take advice from someone you wouldn't trade places with. So we love your comments, and we do love your questions. So feel free to ask any questions as we come in. If you've got a comment or a question, shoot it out there. And we'll try our best to answer it within the hour of the show. But thank you for tuning in, and we enjoy having you on Let's Talk About It. Hey, Kayla, how are you? So getting back to where we
Yes.
were,
So you know
Shana,
what, DJ?
mhm, where do you
I
think
wanted
it?
to say something that really.
Go ahead. Mhm.
No, ask your question. Go ahead, DJ.
I just was thinking about. Do you think that's the once you start rolling down that path, that whole woe is me? Do you think it's hard to get out of there? Because I don't think it's necessarily self pity, but I think it's they make the mistake and they beat themselves up so bad for it that they don't learn to let the mistake go and live and learn. Basically, just move on. It's okay. You get another chance each day and each moment.
Well, DJ, I think with some people it's extremely hard to get out of, and for some, no, it's not. But for those that it is hard to get out of, I think they really struggle with thinking about their past and not
Mhm.
looking forward to the future. So they stay there in that area of, whoa, it's me. Why my life had to turn out to be this way. I can't get ahead in life. I live with a disability, or I'm home, not, I don't have enough money. Oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. So you have that aspect of those type of people. But then you have to also look at those people that look here and say, look, enough is enough. I'm tired of being down and out. I may not be able to do the things that other people may do, or for those that live with a disability, I may not be able to do the things that able bodied people can do, but I'm going to get up and I'm going to do the best with what I got and go from there and allow God to handle the rest. But you have to be willing to do it. You got to want to do it. You got to fight
That's
to
it.
do it. You got to keep on doing
Mhm.
it. No matter what, if you get knocked down 10 times, you might get up seven. And get knocked back down 20, you might get up 18 times. No matter how many times life knocks you down, kicks you on your butt, drag you through the mud and the gutter, you at the bottom of the bottom. You still got to get up and keep on going. It's life. It happens.
I agree with that. And the part that people run into, the past is just what it is. It's the past. Now it looks like we've got a comment here from Nicole. As a person with a physical disability, so many in our community use the disability as an excuse to be stuck. I feel so upset by this as an overachiever. All right, let me say one thing to that. When you decide, Nicole, to do what you've got to do with your life, you're not an overachiever. You're a person that is doing what you've got to do. When a person decides that they're going to be in the state of mind that they're in and they're not going to move, it's their decision to move. No one else can move them until they're ready to see what they see. Archimedes said this: give me a lever long enough and I'll move the world. When you find that lever, you've got to find your intent. You've got to find what your spark is. One of the things that Shana talks about in Sunshine on Wheels all the time is find your why. We talked about this about a year ago. We did a show together on finding your why, and it was a show we had people tuning in. Gosh, we had like 30 people within the first 20 minutes. It was on this show was on fire. Finding your why about yourself. What makes you tick? And that right there, that comment right there, Nicole, you've got to do you. Every individual has to do what they have to do to survive. Because in this day and age, it is a dog eat dog world, and people are going to chew you up and spit you out if you stay still. If you don't move and you don't try your best and you don't get up and succeed, you're going to fail. Now, failure is not a bad thing, okay? Because everybody fails, all right? But when you fail at something, at first you don't succeed, try again. Because, like Shana said, and this was hard for me because we had this same topic, it's not easy to get up when you get knocked down 20 times. You get tired of getting up. Man, I'm gonna stay down here. More work to get up in here. They keep hitting me. I can't get up no more. But I do agree with Shana. You have to keep going. Um, it's not easy to live and learn, even if you are 99% positive. I can understand. I can understand that too. I can understand that too from that transition, Kayla. I really can. This is one smart lady right here. Kayla has been a fan of
Yes,
ours for she is remarkable. She has been,
she's awesome. She's amazing.
woo, Kayla. Kayla, well, you learn something. Oh, what we got next there, Shana? Said at highlight there, but there's a question.
Before we move to the next comment, I want to say something about Kayla. I do believe that it's very true what you're saying, Kayla. Even life is not easy. And even if you're 99% positive, it's still
Mm-hmm.
hard. I understand, but you got to find that 1%. Just try to find that 1% and go
True.
from there. My son and I were in the car driving, and we were listening to 50 Cent, the rapper. And he said in a song, and this is true, that God give his toughest battles to the strongest people. And I look at
Woo!
life like that sometimes.
Oh, is that
You
true?
got
Right?
to. It was a rap
Wow.
that 50 Cent was rapping, and his exact words were, God give his toughest battles to the strongest people. And I don't mean no harm. We may go through a lot living with disabilities. If you're an able bodied person, you go through a lot of things. But just imagine God thought of you to think that God thinks and knows that you are strong and you can handle anything that life throws your way. So now, when I heard that, I'm like, I can lift my head up high because I know that God. It may be hard, it may be rough at times, but God give His toughest battles to the strongest people. So
But
I'll
see,
take it and go with it, DJ.
right, that right there is what I'm talking about. That's the spark that you needed to go. Wait a minute, I can keep moving because boom. I got hit in the gut, but we gonna be all right. I took it, shook it, and moved with it. Man, we getting a lot. See, I love this interaction from our fans right now. Our fans are really starting to comment today, and this is what we want. Uh, this is from Kayla as well. Have you heard of Welcome to Holland poem by Emily Pearl Kingsley? I'm often asked to describe the experience of raising a child with a disability to try to help people who have not shared the unique experience to understand it, to imagine how it would feel. It's like this: when you're going to have a baby, it's like planning a fabulous vacation trip to Italy. You buy a bunch of guidebooks and make your wonderful plans. The uh, what is that, Shana?
Coliseum,
The Colosseum. Yep,
Coliseum.
yep. The Michelangelo David. The man, that is. Oh wow, we can't see the rest of the comment there. Um, are we
Yeah,
able
you
to?
can't see them.
Yeah, it's the in yeah. I guess the rest of the comment has to come up
It
there,
doesn't
Kayla.
show it. It just stops there at that dot dot dot.
Yeah, you got
Mine.
a dot dot dot
Okay.
there.
So from my understanding,
Go ahead, Shana.
yes.
Yeah, you were saying uh the your understanding was
From my understanding of that poem is like, you becoming a new parent, and you're going to go out and read all these books, and because you want to know how to have it figure out how to become a new parent. But then when that baby get here, everything that you've learned and read through them books go out of the window, because now you're learning something totally different, something
exact.
totally new every
Mm,
day that you wake up with this baby. And that's life right there. That's
you're
life
going.
all in a
That one in the
nutshell.
book. I don't
And
know
we
what.
got Nicole.
I, yeah, that first 4 a.m. feeding, boy. That book said get ready for the 4 a.m. feeding, and that baby's gonna cry and scream and holler and yada yada. And you just woohoo! Oh man. Oh,
Mhm.
this is a great saying right here. Nicole said Nicole said this. Let me hang on a second. Sorry, I had a pop up come up. I keep moving. I keep
Mhm.
moving. I'm a mom, a wife, a business owner, advocate, etc. It's challenging, but we try to make a difference. We need more in our community to come together and make change. Now, to go behind what you said, it takes one person to start it, but it takes a village to achieve it. Yep.
Yes, and we have to know as a people that we can't do it all. We can't build it all. We got to take someone along with us. We need someone to carry a brick. We need someone to read the instruction. We need someone to plug up that power tool. But we have to learn to work and come together. And life would be a little easy on us if we learn to come together and we can make a change. And I agree with Nicole 100%. Absolutely.
And I'll say one more thing before we move on to the next topic, because we're right at the bottom of the hour. We are one of our biggest critics. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves to fit in when you don't really need to worry about the mold. You don't need to worry about where you're going to fit in at or what you're going to do right or wrong. Sometimes you've just got to go through life and give it a shot, because you never know what you can do until you try or you give it your best option. I've seen people.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. You got to.
Right, right. You've got to give your best option. All right, let's see if we maybe can unhighlight the comment there. Miss Shana will take that comment off, and Kayla said absolutely. So you hit that right on the head. When that baby gets there, you're like, oh boy, this is new to me. I don't know whether I'm coming or going, or and the baby crying and eating, and I didn't buy enough formula. Now I got to go out and get more diapers. And all right, what do you all think about? Wait a minute, Shana.
Ableism.
I might get you to help me out with this one. Amongst each other, ambulism. Can we?
Ableism.
I didn't. Yeah. Well, Shana, you want to tackle that one before we got a few minutes before we go to the bottom of the hour. I'm at. Um, I think that we all have to do. our own part within that. Um, to be to have ableism, we have to be able to be abled, if that makes sense, and be okay with being where we are as a person. I want
Okay,
go ahead.
I wanted to read you the definition of ableism. And it says here discrimination, prejudge, and social oppression against people with physical, mental, or development abilities. It stems from the false assumption that disabled individuals are inferior, need fixing, or defined solely by their disabilities. It exists in structural, institutional, and interpersonal forms, marginalizing people in society. So, my understanding of ableism is not a good thing at all. It's
That's why.
discriminate.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why
It's
Kayla just.
discriminate against us.
Yep,
Yes, it's
it's not
discriminate
right
against
to
those
do.
that live with a disability.
Right, and you've got all these people that are doing it because w- everyone is different. And like I said at the beginning, like we talked about at the beginning of the show, everybody has their own issues to deal with. But when I say being able, I mean being able to cope with what you have and being okay with who you are. That's why I had Shana read the definition, because it's different in a situation. If you're not happy with yourself, no one else is going to be happy for you. You've got to learn to love yourself first and understand that no matter the way you are and no matter how you come into this world with what disability you have or what problem you have, you're still okay to be you and be okay with that. As we come into the bottom of the hour, we're on Let's Talk About It, and we're just about done with our first topic. You get out of life what you put into it. We've spent 30 minutes tackling this one. We welcome all of our guests coming in. Please feel free to comment and ask a question as we come in, and thank you for being part of the show with Let's Talk About It on Sunshine on Wheels, and Shana and DJ just rocking it and putting spices on it, I can tell you. So we going with it. Are we going to shift over to the next topic, Miss Shana? You think it's about time?
Absolutely. We had Kayla saying it's not. I'm not sure yet if I want to shift up. I think I want to go back to ableism because Kayla has something here that says it's not to do, it's what I deleted because I wasn't sure with definition. Oh, okay. All right. But yes, ableism, I do not agree with it. I do not like it. It discriminates against those that live with a disability. And I don't like it. That's it. And that's all. It's nothing wrong with us because we live with a disability, because we may use a cane, because we may use a wheelchair. It's nothing wrong with us. So don't judge us. Don't
Mhm.
demonstrate it. Don't do anything negative towards us. We're not doing anything wrong. We're trying to live our life just like you able bodied people are, just like those people that want to discriminate and hate against us. We're just trying to live our lives. That's it. And that's all. And it's nothing wrong with living with a disability. It's nothing wrong with walking with a cane or using a wheelchair or using a mobility service. It is nothing wrong with it. Stop doing it. Why? What have we done to deserve it? Don't you think we all go through a lot? We all go through it, whether we're able bodied or not. We all go through it. But it's
Yeah,
not right for you to down us because we live with a disability. I don't
that's why
like
I
ableism. That's
th-
it. And that's all.
that's why I said kind of the other, earlier in the when we were talking about this, when you say able-bodied, we're all able-bodied. We just do things in a different way. We get it done. We may not do it just like you, and we may not put one foot in front of the other, but we can still get it done. like Kayla said, it's like any other form of discrimination. No matter how it's done, if you go against somebody that's in a chair or that's blind or that you wanna hate people because they're different, it's 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 all a form of discrimination. If you line everybody up and you cut everybody open, you split them down the middle. You've got one mind, one heart, and one soul. And if we can get past the point of looking at what we see and start seeing with our heart instead of what we see with our eyes, and stop judging a person on what we see and let them be the person that they are, that's going to make the world a little bit easier to deal with.
Absolutely right. Now, DJ, if you want to, we can roll over to don't take advice from someone you wouldn't trade places with. Ha, that's linking up real good together.
When you had this one, and I'm gonna let you start with this one because I was like, there's quite a few ways you can link this one up with the other one. I'm gonna let you start on this one because I know you got some questions in there. So I'm gonna let you do your magic on this one and see where we go.
Oh, all right. Before we get started, there we have a comment. I'm going to read it. And the comment says here from Nicole, but among us, I've been told by other disabled people that I'm not disabled enough because I have a certain ability versus someone else. It is still a challenge daily either way. Nicole, I got a story for you. I want to share this with you because I wasn't born with my disability. My disability happened later on in life. And prior to being in my wheelchair during the early stages of my disability, I was told I didn't look like I was disabled because I was waiting to use an elevator. And I was told I didn't look disabled. So I kindly asked the security guard who told me I didn't look disabled. I said to him, I didn't know disability had a look. For all I know, you could be disabled because of the comment that you said out of your mouth proved how stupid you were. So I get where you are coming from. I know I can understand now that was from an able-bodied person. Now I've even heard stories from women in wheelchairs that say, "Oh, I would never date or marry a man in a wheelchair." I've heard those stories too as well. But it's sad when it's in your own community. And it's sad when people judge you because although I'll take me for instance, I'm in a wheelchair, but some people tell me that you're very wise. You're very intelligent. You're very smart to be in a wheelchair. Wouldn't a double HELL that got to do with the price of tea in China? So you mean to tell me you judge people that live with disabilities as not being intelligent? You judge
Exactly.
people with disabilities as not knowing how to pay their own bills. You judge people with disabilities as not knowing anything at all. You can sit next to a person that is deaf. You can sit next to a person that is mute, and you can learn a whole lot from that person with that disability. You of a disabled, ignorant person, and that's how I feel about it. How can you sit there and hate on the community that you're a part of? If anything, you should be building, uplifting, loving, supporting, and rooting for each other because we get it bad as it is out here in the world from those that are able bodied people. We get judged by doctors, we get judged by nurses, we get judged by getting help from the state who's saying that you're not disabled enough to get this, you're not disabled enough to get that. You have to go through, we have to go through hoops, loops, and boundaries. We have to go through a lot just to get what little we have living with a disability. I would think that it would be wonderful to know that I can go to the same person in my community that lives with a disability and say, can you please help me figure this out? Because I'm trying to get over this, but I can't. But I remember you sharing your story and saying that you've been through this and you were able to get over this. Can you please help me out? That's how we should be in our community. Not, oh no, I'm not helping you. You got to figure it out just like I did. You in the wheelchair just like me. You go over there and figure it out. I don't
The
want your help if that's how you feel, because guess what? You're no better than me. If you feel as though I'm not any good, we in the same boat together, because baby, you living with a disability just like I am. So you look in the mirror at yourself and make sure you classify yourself as a no good person.
the other part with that too, which is well, you're exactly right, 100% on what you're saying, but they're looking based on what they see. A lot of disability you can't see on the inside. You can't see shriveled up muscles. You can't see diabetes. You can't see kidney disease. You can't see the disabilities that are on the inside that affect the outside. So you're judging a person by not knowing them, by not talking to them. This is just like Kayla's saying, just like how medical needs don't have a look, seizures, kidney disease, cancer, etc. You can't tell what a person is going through on the inside, the mental health, the mental aspect of it, the strain, the push, the hardness, and you got somebody walking onto somewhere because their legs go in the direction they need to go, and my toes are curled up in my shoes. You can't see that. I ain't taking my shoes off for you. And people think, oh man, he's got it easy. He just riding around in this chair. Do you know how sore my butt is from sitting in a chair all day? No, you don't know, because you ain't got to do pressure lifts to get pressure off your butt. You have no idea because your legs work. And you say, my feet are tired. Do you know how happy I would be if my feet could get tired? You know how hard it is to walk on crutches and push yourself up and get your brain to tell your foot to move? No, because you're over there walking like an able-bodied person normally walk. Walk over there and get your hot dog. Squirt your mustard on it. Oh, what if your hands don't work and you can't squirt the mustard by yourself? You got to figure it out, and it goes everywhere all over your shirt, and you look like a fool with yellow mustard on yourself. I mean, people don't think, because they think just because you can't see it, it doesn't exist. You know, a person that has cerebral palsy can suffer from speech problems. They can suffer from not being able to talk at all and use a communication device. This one topic here might take the whole hour. This one here, we're sparking it now. And honestly, I think people need this because they think disability is such a blanket term. It's all about what you can see. It's what you don't see that can get you in the most trouble. And that's where people think, oh, I know what a disability is. So seriously, you know how bad my left butt cheek is hurting right now. So you can see that, right? I gotta move around, and I gotta shift, and I gotta adjust my chair, and the back pain from sitting all day long. That see, she understands. But again, we take these struggles and we pack them in because we think we're supposed to, because everybody judges us based on, they think they know who we are. I'm glad I have the friends that I have and the community that I have that understands. I'm glad that we did a show for 7 years, that Shana has been on my show multiple times. Shana is one of the smartest people I know. And see, with Shana, it's different. When you don't have a disability for years and then it hits you and takes everything you've got away, that's different than being born with a disability. When you're born with a disability, you can go through childhood with it and learn how to prepare and learn how to do things differently. And but when it hits you in your early 20s or 30s and it knocks you on your butt and you don't know right from left and you can't move your legs and you can't hold your children and you can, it's like getting nailed in the gut with a bowling ball that you weren't ready for it. They have no idea what life is like having CP. That's exactly right. They have no idea because you can't understand it until you experience it. Boy, I didn't think we were gonna go 45 minutes on one topic. We crushed that. And but I'm glad people are joining in on this because this is what we need. Or the other stupid comment, you work, don't collect a check. Now here's the thing. Let me say one thing on that. If you're able to work, do it. If you're not, I understand. I'm not here to judge you. I'm saying do the best that you can do with the hand that you're dealt. And we talk about this on a daily basis. All you can do is try. And if you are able to use your brain, this is why I love Kayla so much. Kayla, when I first met her, her brain has got to be the size of the Taj Mahal because I literally some of the things that she says just blows me away in the fact of not only why she says it but how. And I go, people that talk can't do what she just did. And I mean without having to use a communication device or form their words together. I know scientists that can't phrase a phrase as well as Kayla just did, and the scientists would go, "Huh?" because the truth is, you can never understand how a person truly feels or what a person truly goes to until you walked a mile in their um,
Before we go on, DJ, I want to touch on that what Nicole said, or
mhm.
what she says, or the other stupid comment. You work, you don't collect a check. I want to say something there because this hits too. Because not everyone. I'm not hating on anyone receiving a disability check. I'm not hating on anyone that's working. You got to do what works for you. But I hate when a lot of people assume that because you live with a disability, you got to get a check. Or because you live with a disability, you can't work. Or because you live with a disability, you just can't do nothing with your life.
Woo.
That is not the case out here. We have people living with disabilities that are doctors. We have people living with disabilities that are nurses. We have people that's living with disabilities that are medical billing and coders. They
You better
painters,
preach.
whatever it is, business people, whatever it
Mm.
is that they're doing, not everybody has to get a check. As some of us can work, and I guarantee you, a lot of those people that's judging people that live with disabilities that decide that they want to work, I bet you those are the same people that's sitting on their butts and not doing anything with their life, getting a check, who need to be out here working. That's
And
all I'm going to say
complaining.
on that. And
Hmm.
I drop the mic.
Well, I mean, this is the thing.
Hmm.
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different outcome. If you can judge somebody, you better be off your butt doing something about it. I love that comment. I have to talk to DJ again. But shows like this, shows like this help people to realize that just because you have a disability doesn't make you disabled. And I want to say that again because some people may not
Mm,
understand what I'm talking
mm.
about. You have a choice in your life to move forward or stay where you are. If if you stay where you are, even with a disability or whatever you have that you're dealing with on the inside, mental, physical, spiritual, whatever it is that you're dealing with, if you stay where you are and you don't push yourself and you don't try, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to get stagnant. And if you get stagnant, you're going to get depressed and you're going to get more upset and it's going to get dark for you and it's going to get harder for you. And even if you can only work a little bit, 3 hours a day, an hour a day, 30 minutes a day, you put forth the best of your ability to put forth. Because when you do the best you can and just a little more, everybody thinks they have 0 to 100%. We got about 10 minutes left in the show, and I want to tell you this because it's important. I want everybody to listen up. 0 to 100% is not the answer. You have zero, and then you have beyond that, you have negative thinking. Negative thinking will destroy you. If you think negatively, you are putting yourself down a path you don't need to be on. This young lady sitting right over here has told me, and Weena Wilson, one of our mentors, has told us thinking positively can get you out of a negative situation so fast. If you do not allow negativity in your life, meaning in your garden, in your household, in your spiritual life, in your religion, in what you do, in how you think, in how you act, if you keep positivity there and don't let negativity in, when somebody comes along, oh, you don't need no disability, you don't need to collect no check. That's when you pick up your little foam baseball bat and you just whack the, 1, 2, 3, and you keep on moving because you ain't got time. I ain't got time for that. I weed out the garden. I kick out the bugs and the worms and the insects and the one that ain't supposed to be there. All them, I cover my garden up when it gets cold, and I put the bag around it and the little light
Mhm.
so it's got some magic on it, and you got to water it, and you got to move it, and you got to groove it. All these things apply to life. In your life, you're going to,
Yes.
as we said at the beginning of the show, you're going to have people that lift you up, knock you down, and keep you where you are. That's the worst kind of person to have in your life, is to keep you where you are and not go nowhere. Well, what you could do, what you should do, what you gonna know, what I'm gonna do is move the heck away from you because I ain't got time.
Mhm.
And sometimes
Yes.
that's what you got to do. I done heard enough of your mouth. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get
Yes.
some duct tape, I'm gonna put it up there like this, and I'm gonna roll away. Cause that's what this DJ does. Rolls away from the negativity toward the positivity. That's what I do.
Absolutely right. I agree with you 100%. And I want to say something to Thomas. Thank you for this. Some people abuse the system and hurt people with disability. That's a topic
True.
we're going to talk about, DJ, next week.
Woo!
That's a topic we're going to talk about. Yes,
Woo!
that's a topic right there. And then we have Kayla here who says, I don't do well with downtime. If anyone wants to come on, oh, kindly, no, oh my goodness. I know what it is. With Kay message me. I haven't gotten to schedule any guests yet this year due to
Neurodivergent.
everyone's schedule. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
kindly neuro di- di-
Divergent.
yeah, divergent. There you go. Kindly neurodivergent with K. All right. Divergent. Yes. Okay. If you want to be a guest on our show, please go over to Kayla Ireland page and drop her message. You won't be
Y'all,
disappointed. A
I'm gonna
great
tell you,
conversation. Great
you're gonna learn
conversation.
something. You gonna learn something. This girl know what she talking about. I'm telling you, y'all gonna learn something. But listen, I wish we had an hour show, but I want to thank everybody for tuning in because this has been great. And I'm gonna hand it back over to Shana. But I want to thank GRTV 25 in Michigan, where this is going to be aired. I want to thank all of the people that make this possible. I want to thank Miss Shana for taking her time for Let's Talk About It, and we're going to do this again next week. We had a second topic to talk about, but you know what? I'm glad this one took the entire hour because there were so many great comments and so many. We could go 2 hours on this one. I'm sure we could. Maybe we can get GRTV to bump it up a little bit. See if we can get another hour. But look, Miss Shana,
That
take it
might
away.
happen next. That might happen next. Uh huh.
Yep. But go ahead, Miss Shana. We can go ahead and go where you want to go with this one to wrap it up.
Absolutely. I want to say thank you all to everyone out there for the comments, for the communication back with us. DJ, then to say thank you to 100 Shades of Diversity for allowing us to be a part of this platform with this new segment. Let's talk about it. And I want to thank also GRTV Channel 25 in Michigan for allowing this show to be on your platform as well. Dr. Kimberly Burrington, thank you very much for thinking about us. DJ and I will be back next Tuesday, and we'll be back again and again and again and again until you all don't want to see us no more. But I can't imagine you all wanting to live without us. So I want to say thank you all very much. If you would like to be a guest on the show, please email me at sunshineonwheelz with a Z, not an S, at gmail.com. DJ, let everyone know how they can get in contact with you.
The easiest way is my Facebook. I'm under DJ Carter on Facebook. You can get me at my CP does not define me. Is my YouTube that I have my show on. And if you want to email me a comment or ask me a question, it's CarterDJ85 at gmail.com. You guys, I'll end it with this. You never know what you can do until you try, but if you stop trying, you stop living. And if you stop living, all you have left to do is die. So put some sunshine on your face and go for what makes you happy. You gotta do what you gotta do. Be honest with yourself and know what you can do. Don't let anything stop you. It doesn't matter what disability you have, you can get it done. You just have to figure out a way to do it.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for that, DJ. And I want to end this show with life is what you make it. So, whether you want to be happy, you want to be sad, you want to cry, you want to be depressed, you want to be worried, you want to be stressed, it's all in what you make it. And as for me, I plan on making this life here a good one because you only have one life to live. And make sure you live it to the fullest and never allow anyone to tell you you can't when you can do all things. And just believe and trust in you and know that you will be all right no matter what. I love you all. I want you all to be safe. I want you all to enjoy the rest of this week. And I want you all to enjoy your life as you should. DJ, I want to say thank you very much, bro, for another great show. I see you next week as usual.
Always, always looking forward to it.
All right, y'all. Bye.
Take it easy.